My name is Kelly Letty. I teach 7th grade English at Forestville Valley School District.
My name is Raquel Zamora, and I'm the Spanish teacher at Newman Central Catholic.
My name is Bob Gosh. I'm the principal of Fulton High School.
My name is Maggie Young. I'm an associate professor of the Radiologic Technology program here at Sauk.
I'm Kelly Siltman. I teach at Prophetstown.
Jim Gear. I am currently principal at Tamco Elementary School.
My name is Therese Wood, and just this year I became faculty at Sauk Valley Community College.
I'm Heather Johnson, and I am the district librarian for Sterling Public Schools.
My name is Odile Blasquez. I'm Associate Professor of English Language Arts.
Yeah, I don't know if I planned on being a teacher early on in my high school career, but when I started becoming a junior, and especially my senior year, I was helping friends, just kind of tutoring. During study halls, we'd get together, and if I got something, I was able to explain it to them. So that experience really helped me, and I can do this for a career.
I knew I wanted to be an educator from a ridiculously young age, so that was a no-brainer.
I think most health professions instructors, that's not our goal, is to become an instructor. I think with time, you just find that a different role might fit you better. And I had a unique opportunity, and I took it.
As I was growing up, I always thought I wanted to be a vet. I always was interested in science and that kind of thing. But part of me always said, it's fun to explain things to people. And it finally, older person that I am, it finally hit me that, oh, you could teach and have fun for the rest of your life. So that's how I made it here.
In order to become a teacher, you obviously have to take education classes, so you will get a degree, a Bachelor of, in my case, it was a Bachelor of Arts, because I graduated from a liberal arts school. And then after that, in order to advance on the pay scale, you would have to get your master's degree. After your master's, in order to move over on the pay scale, it's in your best interest, professionally also, not just financially, to take classes so that you gather more experience. You're never too old to learn. I'm all the way over as far as I can go. So I have a master's plus 32.
Again, as you continue your education, districts will reward you for that financially by increasing the pay. And it does help. We have a lot of teachers that will go and get their master's. It doesn't necessarily have to be educational leadership. I would suggest educational leadership because it gives you that flexibility if you ever do want to become a principal.
I think more than ever, we need people who are really passionate about helping kids discover who they are and becoming themselves.
We were thousands of teachers short of what we needed to replace and stay static with our numbers a couple of years ago. You can't be an administrator without being a teacher, so ultimately that means there's going to be an administrator gap as well.
Do what you like to do. I've heard from many people, well, don't go into this field because you don't make a lot of money. And if you go into here, you may have trouble finding a job. But you have to do what it is that you like. Otherwise, you're going to be unhappy.
It fulfilled my life. I cannot imagine my life now without teaching,
And when they get something, a concept, or you have a great discussion in your class that you're like, wow, where'd that come from? That makes it worth it. That makes it important. It makes it, does that happen every single day? Well, in elementary PE it does. You will talk about an ego boost. They just love you. So it does. High school, middle school, the rabbit out of the hat is a little hard to do sometimes, but when it does happen, you're like, wow, that made a difference for me too.
This is a bit selfish perhaps, but when you insert yourself into the lives of others, you get something out of it too. If you ever ask anybody who has been a student, young adult, elderly, anywhere in between, hey, who's your favorite teacher, and a little bit of why, almost never are you going to hear, well, it's because you did a good job teaching math. The majority of the time, it's going to be relationship-based, and the impact that instructor, that teacher had on the student's life, and how that became a part of that student moving into adulthood. When you get those former students to come back and tell you about how they miss you and what they learned from you. Not necessarily like, hey, here's how I do this math problem correctly. It's life lesson stuff. It really is its own reward. And so you can be selfish. It's okay.
If any student's interested in becoming a teacher, then looking at what the education pathway is and what that does for students is definitely worthwhile. It's through the Regional Office of Education, so you have to go to their website, ROE 47, and they have links to their documents there. I had students that had, I would call them an authentic teaching experience, so they had to design a lesson, and then they had to take students through that lesson, and it was just like being a real teacher, and they were observed to see how well that they did, and again, that authentic experience really is going to set the tone for, is this the correct field that I'm going into? Being able to figure that out before you go and start spending a lot of money at college it's a huge benefit. Students are interested at all in the education pathway, talk to their counselors if it's available in their school, or check out the Regional Office of Education number 47 website.